left shift operator. The symbol is this. Okay, so let me discuss how basically it works. So it works on bits, as I told you earlier, and what it does actually, it shifts the bit towards left. So what will happen if we shift our bits toward left? So number will be increased. Like how it will increase? Let me take an example and show you guys. So let me take, I have int a is equals to 4, for example. Now what I'm doing is I'm saying a equals to a and shift it towards left by 2 bit. Okay, now how it will actually work? So when we write 4 into binary, it becomes 0 0 1, right? Anybody has doubt any? So I can write here like 1 2 4, then we have 8, then we have 16 32 64, right? So this is equal to 4 in decimal. If we write 4 in binary, it will be 100. Now what we want to do is we want to shift it towards left by 2 bit. So what will happen in this case? Like let me just take this. So all these are zeros for now, right? So here we have 0 0 0 and 0. And what I'm doing is I am trying to shift it towards left. Okay, let me make a similar block. So this one will be shifted towards left. So basically it will be come here when we shift it by 2 bit, and this 0 will become here and this will come here. All right, so we can say here in this block we will have 1, in this block we will have 0 and 0, and the place that we just vacate out will be 0 itself. Are you following, guys? In case you have any doubt, please confirm. And rest of the blocks will be 0. Now this is the new number we got. Now if I convert this number into decimal, so it will be equal to 16. You can see here, right? Any doubt in this? So it will be 16. So if I say system.out.println and I'm saying a, so 16 would be printed. Any doubt, guys? No doubt. Okay. Baljit, I believe you were on leave yesterday. Yes or no?
Yes, I was on leave yesterday. My Wi-Fi was not
Okay, fine. Fine. No problem. So,
I'm able to saw the recording videos.
so just do one thing. If you haven't seen yet, just refer that video that we have covered yesterday. Right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So let me just quickly run this program. And one more thing, guys. Do you have access the content I have shared with the coordination team? Like I shared all the contents, the notes and the program with the coordination team. So I believe you all
Yes.
have the
I
access.
think we did get it, but we can open it. Say like permission needed, something like that.
Okay, okay. So do ask to the coordination team. They will provide the right permission and you will be able to access. So what I'll do is I'll keep posting to coordination team and they'll keep you posted.
Anuj, and one more thing, that recordings are not playing. Like half of the recording are playing, but after that it's not playing. It's showing as a network issue.
Okay. So in this case, I cannot help. Either you need to talk to coordination team, right? They will escalate the issue to further to Zoom, because these recordings are getting stored somewhere in Zoom cloud, right?
So
So
who is
just
the
one.
coordinator? Like whom we have to contact?
Uh, I think Suresh is coordinating with you guys.
I think so. We are getting mail from him only.
Yes. So just coordinate with him, and he will address your issue. All right.
Okay.
Okay, fine. So what I'm doing is I'm taking one integer variable, which is 4, and then what I'm saying, a shift a towards left. How many bits? 2 bits I'm saying. All right. And then I'm saying print the value in a. Okay, and let me just do one thing. So before shifting towards left, let me just print the value. So I would say before a equals to plus a, and this will become after, right? A equals to plus this. Now let me just run it. So you can see before we have 4 and after we have 16. Anybody has any doubt, please feel free to ask.
No, no doubt.
Okay. So whenever we shift a number towards left, what will happen? The number will be increased. It depends like how many bits we are shifting, right? And there might be some cases like, let me take one more example. Int a is equals to, let me take 16, right? And what I'm doing now is a is equals to a left shift with, for example, this is 8 bit. So it's gonna be a big calculation, right? Let me just take 4 for now. So if we go with a bigger number, then obviously calculations will grow. You're getting my point, guys? So we have 1, 2, 4, 16, 32, 64, 128, 256, 512, 1024, 2048, something like this, right? Now let me just make 16 with this. So for 16, it's straightforward. It will, I haven't wrote 8. So 8 would be here. So it will be like this. So for 16, what we have is 10000. Now we need to shift it 4 bit. Okay. So what it will become when we shift it by 4 bit?
572.
Yep. Because it is 16, so that's why it's kind of easier. Like if I say 17 or 19, then there would be some 1 and some 0, then calculation will take time. You are getting my point? Like let me take 16, 19. Let me take 19 instead of 16. Okay. And for 19, what we will have is 16 plus 2, 18 plus 1, 19. Now we need to shift these numbers towards 4 bit. So what we can just do is 0 0 0 0, right? These are the blocks which we are going to vacate, right? And the number will be shifted 1 1 0 0 and 1, right? So basically what is happening here, this one is going here, this 0 is going here, this is going here, and this is here, and this is here, right? So we are shifting our bits towards left by 4 bit with this example. Now it will become, let me just write the numbers here, 1 2 4 8 16 32 64 128 and 256, right? So it will be 256, right? Then plus 32, then plus 16, right? So it will be 4 here, right? Then 538 plus 1 9 plus 1 0, right? And we have 1 304. All right, guys, anybody has any doubt? So answer will be like 304. Yeah, Mamta did a good job. Very nice, Mamta. Let me just run it. So what we have this time is we have 19 and we are shifting it towards left by 4 bit. Now you can see for 19 what we are getting is 304. I think the explanation I gave you is clear to everyone. In case anybody has any issue or and facing any challenge, please feel free to ask. Otherwise, we will go to the next step. So may I proceed with the next step, or anybody like looking for some help? I believe all good. Okay. All right. All right, Pravina. Okay. So if I say 8, then calculation will take more time. So I have one shortcut that you guys can use. Like for this example, what we have is a, which is 4, and we need to shift it by 2. So whatever the value we have in a, we can write it as it is, then replace this symbol with multiply sign. Okay, and whatever the value we have here is, take the value on power of 2, right? So it will become 4 into 4, that is equals to 16, that we were getting, right? Let me do the similar thing for this. So what we have is 19, right? Then replace it with multiply, right? And then just say 2 raised to the power 4, right? It will become 19 multiplied by 16. And then we'll calculate this. It will be 16 and 19, 304, right? So both are similar thing, like you can solve it with this shortcut, replacing this sign with into or the multiplication sign, and then this number would be go in the power of 2, All right, guys. Any doubt so far? I believe no doubt. Guys, keep asking questions if you have doubt. There is no harm. Okay. Now let me just move to the next, which is right shift. Right. So now we have bitwise right shift operator. Bitwise right shift operator, and we use this symbol for bitwise. And whenever we shift a number or bits in a number towards right, so in that case what will happen, the number will become smaller. Like for this example, I'm taking a equals to int a is equals to 16, and I'm doing a shift towards right. How many bits? Let's say 2. Okay, and just print it out. Now how it will work? So for 16 we can write 1 0 0 0 and 0, right? 1 2 4 8 and 16. How many bit we are shifting? 2 bit. So this will go here 1, this will go here, which is 0, and this will go here 0, and these will become, so the number we will got is equal to 4. And out, guys. Prasanti, correct. So answer would be 4. What if I say 3? Then we will get 2. If I say 4, in that case we will get 1. If I say 5, then we'll get 0. Anybody has any doubt with all these? Like we are shifting first with 2 bit, then 3, then 4, and when we are saying 5, it is becoming 0. So do you have any doubt in this, like how it is becoming 0? No. Okay, fine. Let me just run it. We have a is equals to 16. Then what we have next is a shift it with 2 bit towards right. Then let me just run it. Before a it was 16, and after a, after shifting, it is becoming 4. All right, and out, guys. When we say 3, it is 2. When we say 4, it is 1. Now when I say 5, 0, right?
So, no doubt in calculation, but in future, where we can use these bitwise operators of
Yeah, that's an
calculation?
interesting question. I was about to tell you. So you will be like see this kind of questions in a written exam only. We are not going to use it anywhere. At least what I have learned in last 8 years, I haven't used these operators, basically bitwise operators, anywhere.
Okay. So these
Right?
are just for calculation purpose only.
Sorry.
So I was saying these are for just calculation purpose only.
Yes. Yes. So basically, what can be there, like if you are sitting in a job interview for screening, there might be a technical test, right? MCQs kind of questions can be there, and these questions might be asked over there.
Oh, okay. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, fine. Mm, just allow me a moment, guys. Please wait for a moment. Okay. So what next we have is bitwise zero fill right shift operator. This one. So basically, it is the similar thing uh, like the right shift operator when we are operating it with a positive number. Like if I am taking this example, like this one. So for this we are getting 4, and if I say right shift, the number is again same, even we are doing this. So basically, what difference will be there in this case, in this operator? What happens basically, the sign bit always will be filled with 0, that represents a sign, right? So when we will operate it on a negative number, the output will be positive. Like if I say we have 16 and we are doing this, the simple right shift operation, and we're running it, so we can see we are getting -4, right? But when it is right shift, so the bit that is getting filled with 0, right, the number is basically uh, sorry, initially what we have is the sign bit, which is basically 0. When we have 0 in sign bit, that means the number is positive. Now the thing is how these calculations are coming up, like how we are getting this number. So this will be basically task for you guys for tomorrow, how we are getting like this number. Or if we have something else, like if I have, for example, this number, then there is no difference basically. What if I have 10 and I run it, not 10, just -10, we're getting a positive number. So you need to figure out like how it works. You all got the question? What is your homework for tomorrow? Tell me, guys.
we got it.
All right. Okay. So what next we have is we have another operator that is called ternary operator. I'll cover that later on when we will do. First, we will do if and else thing a bit, and then we will move to this ternary operator. It can be used like a replacement of if and else. Okay. So before moving to the ternary operator, what we will discuss next is the unary operator. One we have is plus plus, this increment, and this is decrement. So there are lots of confusion with this, like when to use this, when to use this. Sorry, no, not the confusion like when to use this. The confusion would be like how basically they works. Like they can be used pre and post. You might have heard the term pre-increment or post-increment, pre-decrement or post-decrement, right? Okay, now let me just do one thing. Let me take one example. So let me just give you a brief idea. This is called increment operator. And this one is called decrement operator. Okay. When we say like we have int I is equals to, let me take 1, and when I say I plus plus, so what it does basically, it adds 1 into the current value of I. So after execution of this code, I will become 2. We can write this statement like this as well. I is equals to I plus 1, right? And the similar thing would be happen with this. For example, we have int I is equals to 1. Then we are saying I minus minus, and after execution of this line, so this can be written as like I is equals to I minus 1, means whatever the value we have in I, decrement 1 from that value, or just so after this execution I will become 0, right? But confusion starts when we have concept of pre and post. So let me just first run these two, and then we will move to this one and we'll see the difference, like how they make difference. So right now what we have is a is equals to 1, then I'm doing I plus plus, okay, not I, in this case we have a, then I'm printing the value we have in a. So you can see we are getting 2 that we have just discussed. Like if we have int I is equals to 1 and we are doing I plus plus, so what it will does, it will add 1 into the current value of I, and it will become 2. All right, add it out in this. Now the similar thing goes with minus minus. In this case it will become 0, right? So you got the basic idea, like what is the purpose of using these two. Now let's start the confusing part of this. So we have int I is equals to 1, right? Then I'm saying after this, we have
Can
seen
you
this.
change the color of sketch? It's very light. We are
I'm
not able
trying
to
to do
see.
so, but the pen is like very light. I'm not sure why. Even I'm taking the border size. Still, okay, let me just try with the purple color. Is it visible? The line I'm drawing here.
It can visible, but it's very hard to see. It's very light.
How many days does it take Earth to orbit the sun?
Okay, let me just see what I can do to improve my writing. This digital pen doesn't have ink. So okay, so let's do one thing. Instead of writing it here, let me just write in Eclipse. That is a way better for today, right? Okay, so we have just seen two scenarios, like when we were saying this. So in this case, we were getting 2 as an answer. Now, what if I say instead of this, I'm writing this, like earlier it was post increment. Now I am doing pre. What is the difference?
It's same.
First it increment and then assign to the value.
Sorry, come again.
First it will do the increment, then it will assign to the variable A.
Okay, so in this case, what will be the output?
2.
2. And in this case,
1.
where is the difference? Like, 1. Sure.
Yeah.
No, actually it
Yes.
is 2 only, but if you assign A equals to A plus plus, then it will be the changes there in the output.
Yeah, you are right. I think who was she? Pravina or Mamta?
Pravina.
Pravina. Yeah, you are right, Pravina. So let me just do one more example with you guys, like how you will identify what is gonna be the output, like how you will decide whether it is pre or a post increment, right? So you can see how many tasks we need to do at line 7.
Only increment.
Only increment.
Only
Okay.
increment.
Okay. Okay, fine. Now, what if I say do this instead of this?
Two.
2. Now the actual confusion begins.
Output is 1, but
Mhm.
A value is 2.
Okay. All right. So you can see we are getting 1, right? And when I say plus plus this, in that case, I'm getting 2, right? But when I was doing in this line, like I was writing plus plus a, or I was writing a plus plus, then there was no difference. Both the times output was same, right? You are getting my point, guys? Okay, let me just explain what is happening here. When we say system dot out dot println,
Not able to see.
okay, let me use this highlighter then, but again it will be not visible.
Zoom out your screen, I think. Then it will work.
Then there will be no space for me to write. Like
Okay.
one letter will grab all the screen. There might be something wrong with pan because
Take the darker orange one.
this one. I think this one is better, right? Type with letters instead of draw. Okay, fine. So let me just copy this and paste it here. I think it was not the issue with my pen. The screen was not zoomed out properly. Like if I write, yeah, you're right, guys. Okay, so what we have is we have system.out.println a plus plus, and initially the value we have in a is int a is equals to 1. I believe it is visible now. Perfect. Okay, so now in this statement, how many tasks we need to do? We need to do 2 tasks. So you basically need to identify the task. Whenever we have only one task, then there is no difference between pre and post. Like when we were writing system.out.println a, we were getting 2. In similar example, we have seen when we were doing plus plus a and we were saying system.out.println a, we were getting 2. So there is no difference basically. Even we are using post here and pre here, but there is no difference in the output. Okay, because the only task we have here is increment. The only task we have here is increment. But when we say system.out.println print a plus plus, so here basically we have two tasks. Like first task is print value of a, and second would be increment it with 1. I increment I with 1. So you can see we have two tasks. When we have more than one task to do, then this plus plus, when it is in suffix, will be a post increment. Means we will do this increment thing post printing, right? You're getting my point. Similarly, let me take another example. System.out.println plus plus a, like if we have this, so what it will does, here again we have two tasks. So what are the two tasks? Like print the value of a and increment the value in a. So what it will does means this will be done based on the uh, pre increment operator. Like there are again two tasks. First one is print, second one is increment. So when we say it is a pre increment, that means we need to do increment first. So let's say we have a is equals to 1. When we say increment it 1, so it will become 2 in a. Now this is finished. Now the thing remaining is print that value which we have in a. That's why we will get 2. Let me just run it once. So in this case it will be 1 only. Like first we will print, then after a will be increased. Like if I say show me the value of a now, it is 2 at this line, but on line 8 it is 1 only. You can see, so a is getting increased but after printing, right? Now when we say this one, so what it will does, it will first increment the value of a and then will print. So in both the cases we are going to get 2 only. Now you can see, right? So anybody has